Yeah, what's going on, y'all? So, check it out. I'm big on the hows, not house like house, but the hows, how to do something. So when it comes to like when is not too much of a challenge, but that will probably be next to the how. But when it comes to why, I'm always down with the why. I always got the why down packed, It's the hows that sometimes puzzle me, sometimes baffle me, sometimes sit me down. If you could relate, get into the comment section. But it's true. I wonder how I'm going to do things, or how I'm going to achieve something, how I'm going to obtain something, So the reason why I'm speaking about this right now is because I was recently watching an old video of not an old video. I gotta stop saying that because time is not even linear to me. So I was watching a video that I've recorded and uploaded to YouTube already, and it was the Scorpio woman video. So when rewatching this video, because I haven't watched this video in a long time, I rarely watch the videos that I post. So because this woman had commented just very little comment. She was like, "You speak well." And I was just like, "Thank you." You know what I'm saying? I seem to be enamored. That's the word. I seem to be enamored by that. And I was just like, "Well, thank you." You know what I'm saying? And I was like, let me look at this Scorpio video, because I believe it's the highest ranking video on my channel anyway. So I was like, let me look at this thing. So there's one particular part in there that stands out to me, and is very important because now I get to see it, because my solar return has Scorpio on the ascendant cusp. All right. So for y'all who want more information on solar returns and stuff like that, this is going to be a good video for you. So with it landing on Scorpio right there, and I'm listening to this video, and there's one part that says Scorpio women see the best in you. So when they're picking and prodding and poking at you, or seem disappointed, or whatever the case may be, it's because they see something in you that you might not necessarily see. All right. And I'm like, okay, I know this about them. Now I'm able to apply it, not from an observational view, but from a perspective view. Like I'm actually seeing through the filter of Scorpio energy this year. So it's amazing now that I come back full circle, and I'm like, oh, this is what I seen in them. And now I get to see it myself. And I'll tell you what the difference is between like Pisces energy and Scorpio energy for me anyway, is that my Pisces energy speaks to me like, yo, you don't got to tell nobody or show anybody anything that you're about, what you are capable of doing, yada, 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 right? I want to be this wise, like the Pisces energy in me could just be this wise individual who is a nomad, or who just isolates himself, can play monk status and everything just to be wise, just to remain wise, right? And then there's this Scorpio energy though that's different. It could be secretive and all that. However, the transformation of bringing from within outward seems to be more determined. It's not even seems to be. It's more determined with Scorpio energy than it is with Pisces energy. All right. So it doesn't matter how long it takes or whatever the case may be. It's the steady drive, willpower, and determination of Scorpio energy to bring out within what's within. So now with solar return in this year, I'm learning this, right? And the main purpose of learning this right now, and I guess you could say tapping me or waking me up, is because I was struggling and studying North Node and South Node energy, right? And I'm just like, all right, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I know why. You know what I'm saying? I know the purpose and all that. It's just like, how am I going to do this? I got a challenge in North and South Node as well. So it clicked. It fucking clicked, y'all. I'm telling you, it fucking clicked, because I'm like, it's what makes me uncomfortable. It's what I just spoke about with the Piscean energy, not caring about bringing what's within outward and all of that. This Scorpio energy is like, no, you're going to bring what's within outward now. So at first I would question myself, like when the first solar return first happened, I'm a March baby, so it happened in March, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be on now. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio's on the cusp. I looked at my whole solar return. I'm like, okay, I'm analyzing it. I'm looking at how I'm going to do stuff. And I'm like, okay, what is it that I'm going to have to do now? And the nudge was just like, yo, look, all of that secret stuff you was doing before, it worked well in the past 10 years for me, right? I'd say about in the past 10 years, maybe even a little bit longer. And it's because I was experiencing solar returns that happen in the cadent houses, which is the finishing houses. So it's okay and it's comfortable to isolate. It's okay and it's comfortable to dodge around, be an artful dodger. It's okay and it's comfortable to isolate. It's not an issue, you know what I'm saying? Because you're tying up closed ends. You're saying goodbye to a lot of the ways that you used to do stuff when this is occurring, right? So I'm talking about all of those who are experiencing solar returns and cadence houses. Now that you'll notice, because solar returns, real quickly, bounce around the same types of houses for 10 years in a row. And then when it's finished that 10-year cycle, a new 10-year cycle starts. So it's either going to be in the angular houses, or it's going to be in the fixed houses, or it's going to be in the cadent houses every 10 years. All right. It's very interesting, right? Especially if you watch patterns and cycles and stuff like that. So when closing out these cadent houses, it was simple to be quiet behind the scenes, you know, dodging around, being mutable. It's cool. But when it comes to the angular houses, which is what I'm in now, it's like going back to your childhood. So when I reflect on my childhood, I was a beast. Let's say, I'm trying to think of a word that I could parallel that to, right? But let's just say I was on the front line. You know what I'm saying? I would always put myself out there to be seen. I always put myself out there to make noise. I always put myself out there to do whatever it is that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And people knew about it. Like my name would ring. You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem or feel childish to say that this is what is at hand right now. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm an able-bodied individual, so I don't feel like I'm being on some old living in my second childhood. You know, sometimes people try to like discourage people because they take more laps around the sun, and they're like, oh, you're not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to dress like that. You're not supposed to act like that and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? How do you know? Who wrote the book on this shit? You know what I'm saying? You don't know. So I'm expressing this to y'all. For those of y'all who know your solar returns, it'll be fun to understand if whether you experience the same type of thinking or not, you know, because I see now, like, it's time to come out. You know what I'm saying? It's time to come forward and put out what it is that I'm supposed to have been putting out. It's time to come out and it's time to put forward the things that I've been thinking about, the things that I've been working on, the things that I've been contemplating about. It's time to put those things on the forefront, you know, because those years that I spent in the background, you know, I was in college. I was real quiet. I was in college, spent a lot of time in college studying, analyzing, observing. And it's like, okay, you did all of that to do what? To continue doing that for the next 10 years? It's not going to happen. So this Scorpio ascendant energy is assisting me in seeing that. I can see very vividly now. And I think perhaps I was just probably triggered. I felt stuck in a rut almost, or maybe just wandering a bit and not accepting that this has to happen. Scorpio energy represents heroism as well. So I think that's one of the key factors that helped me see this, because I'm trying to write this book right now, and I'm just like, okay, how is this hero terminology going to come out again? Because I already wrote the first installment. So I'm like, how is this going to happen again? And now it's gradually starting to grow on me on how I'm supposed to do this. How, right? The key word is how. But I had to also notice some things that are, or could be, should I say, detrimental to this Scorpio energy, because it's not really resonating until now either, because sometimes you could feel your solar return occur 3 months prior. Sometimes you could feel your solar return, it doesn't really hit impactfully until it's like 3 months later. You know what I'm saying? It could sometimes, for some people, it's 6 months. You know what I mean? Now I'm starting to feel it to the point where I'm looking at both sides of the Scorpio energy coin. And what I mean by that is, in the beginning, in March, so I'm like 3 months in now. So it didn't start in January, it started in March for me. So I'm about 3 months in now. And in the beginning, I felt the same type of energy that I felt when I was studying Scorpio energy before. When the moon goes inside of Scorpio, I like to study. That's how I study all of the signs, to be real with you. That's a gem. I would advise you do the same thing too if you got any femurists and you want to like study if these transits are true and stuff like that. So I recall this one time, right? Quick story. I recall this one time, boom. You know, I'm doing the fashion shit. So I'm doing the fashion, boom, 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 boom. I know some girls or stuff. They was helping me out with the fashion stuff. So I made a few sales, boom. So we broadcasting it, you know what I mean? We promoting that shit. And then what happened was, one of the girl's friends was like, yo, I like the work. I like what he does. I want one too. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, can they do that in my size? So I was like, yeah, I could do that in her. Now, this is a bigger woman, and this is no disrespect to the bigger girls. You know, I'm making BBW stuff now, by the way, anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I'm trying to shit on y'all. It's just before I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? For, I don't know, I guess for simpler reasons. So again, getting out of my comfort zone, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it for shorty. So I was like, yo, give me a day. And I said this because I'm tracking the moon. And I'm like, okay, the moon about to go into Scorpio. I'm going to start when the moon goes in Scorpio. Because I knew this project was going to take me 2 to 3 days. All right. They wanted something big. And I had to come through. She wasn't large. I'm just saying, you know, she's BBW. You know what I'm saying? So I'm planning this shit, right? So I tell her, she like, all right, bet. So boom. Now, mind you, this is a friendly transaction. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's friendly. Like, it's not like I was selling this from inventory. This is something that had to be custom made. This had to be custom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing this on the strength of my homegirl who's already bought me some money. So I'm just like, all right, if she fuck with you, you fuck with her like that, I'm going to take your word for it. Bang, bang, bang. When it's done, I want my money. You know what I'm saying? Of course. So everybody agrees. Okay, cool. Boom. Scorpio energy, moon hits Scorpio, boom. Willpower's through the roof like it usually is. Boom, I'm doing my thing. Boom, 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 boom. Killing it, right? I'm so happy with the work when it's finished. I'm like, yo, I did my thing. This is probably mad loud. My bad if this is mad loud, y'all. So I'm doing my thing. The product is finished, and I'm like, all right, boom. It's time to give it to shorty. So I hit my homegirl up. I'm like, yo, I got that. Boom. Showed her the pictures of it. She like, all right, I'm going to go hit the girl up now. She hits the girl up. I get no response. I hit her back. Yo, what's up with the delay? Oh, she ain't hit me back yet. I'm still waiting for her to hit me back. Long story short, keep delaying, keep, beating around the bush. Finally, it comes to terms that, oh, the girl ain't want it no more because of something. I don't even remember the excuse, right? I'm just like, but I'm fuming. I am fuming because I ain't going to hold you. I was getting like 4-5 hours sleep each of those 3 days that I did this piece. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I was fiending for the money or it was really because the moon being Scorpio, and that's how I be on it. So I say that to say this. I be on that like every day now since Scorpio was on the ascending cusp. Like, this energy is just running through me like mad. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at the stamina. So, when we learn in astrology, Scorpio energy is like this: stamina, willpower, determination, yada, yada, yada. So I'm feeling this every day. I don't normally feel it every day. I'm a Pisces, y'all. So my energy fluxes and switches all of the time just because of a Pisces. It's true. We really are all of the zodiac. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with this. And at first, when it first hit in March, I'm like, yeah, I love the power. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a lot of stuff done. And then I'm just thinking, this made me reflect after the girl was like, oh, you speak very well. And I looked at the Scorpio video, and I'm sitting here, I'm meditating on stuff, how I'm supposed to do this whole North Node, South Node thing. And then I'm just like, yeah, remember that time when you did that piece for that girl? That was Scorpio energy going wrong. It was. And I learned from that. I learned from it so much that it stuck with me in my memory. And I'm just like, okay, so we gotta figure out how to not let that happen again. Not let that happen again. So I'm channeling this energy now to work smarter and not harder. And it's bugged out. It's like an epiphany, because I was afforded resources in the beginning of the year, right at the top of the year, that was showing me like, yo, look, this is going to be to make things simpler here. This is going to be to make things simpler here. And this is going to be here to make things simpler here. You don't have to do all of that other stuff. You don't have to do all of that other stuff. Now, I didn't find a whole you don't have to do all that other stuff out until now, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, this energy, just because it's there, does not mean go be a workhorse. It doesn't. It could be used and channeled in so many different ways, and I found the ways to do it. I'm not gonna express them publicly right now. I think I'll do that time by time, you know what I'm saying, slowly with y'all publicly and stuff like that. I'll probably just give y'all the results or just show y'all the results, you know what I'm saying. But it's still a beautiful energy. It's a beautiful thing to come to terms with. And now it's showing me the how. It's showing me the how, because no matter how much I enjoy the Scorpio energy, it's kind of like being one, you know what I'm saying, at least for a year. This is a type of energy that, like we always read about, like I always teach, it's like, yo, it's boom or bust. Like, you can really do some things, or you can really be destructive. You know what I'm saying? You could really destroy some shit out here. So it's not for play. This shit is not for play. It's something to take into consideration. And it's something, even when it comes to like this stuff, occult sciences, practices, psychology and things of that nature, it's very good for that energy. You know what I'm saying? So this doesn't have to be the time that I become very materialistic to the point where that's all I can think about, or that's all I want to push. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to get involved with, is because, I'm full with this power now, and it's in the angular houses, so boom, I'm off to do everything. It's like, nah, Scorpio energy is also about other people. Scorpio rules over other people's money and stuff like that, the 8th house and stuff like that. So gotta use the mind more. You know what I'm saying? Gotta use the mind more, and don't be so responsive, and don't be so reactive. So that's where I'm at with it now, and this is going to assist me in this North Node, South Node challenge dilemma that I've been having. I got a North Node and Leo in the 11th house. So for all of you who have North Nodes and South Nodes in the opposing houses, y'all get in the comment section too. I might have did a video about this a little while ago, you know what I'm saying, yo, who got North Nodes and South Nodes like this, and how do y'all cope with it? What do y'all do? What's your remedy? What's your method? You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, this shit, and now I'm figuring it out. Now I figured it out. So the solution, I say that to say this, the solution to bringing out your North Node is clocking your solar returns. It's not just about tracking where the North Node is right now and then tracking where your North Node is when you were born. It's also about tracking your solar returns, because if your soul is in a angular positioning, right? Your solar returns, what I mean, is in an angular positioning for the next 8 years. However, you're behaving like a Pisces full time, because Pisces is 12 houses. So you just like, oh yeah, I'm going to finish that up. Oh yeah, I'm just going to package that and distribute it. Oh yeah, I'm going to swim around here. And it's just like, no, your soul has to align with that node. You know what I mean? So if you in the angular position, you got to show face. That's what it is. The angular house, the first house, that's Aries. You got to show face. You know what I mean? Get it started. Even if you're just getting it started, everything's going to be looking fresh. So you notice you've seen me pop up on the screen a few more times, like back to back lately, right? And this is what I'm saying. I'm stepping back into myself. I'm stepping into myself. And it feels fucking fantastic. You know what I'm saying? So I did a little bit of rambling, but hopefully y'all got the picture of what I'm trying to say. We might have a better dialogue in the comment section. Fuck around, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? But I'll probably continue on this regardless. All right, y'all, I'm out.